Number 20. The Williams Enigmath. In 1998, a hiker named John J. Williams noticed a strange metallic object in the dirt. Turned out to have a weird electrical component attached to it. The rock has since become a well-known mystery in UFO enthusiast circles. It's even been featured in UFO magazines. Williams, an electrical engineer, says the electronic component embedded in the stone has not been glued or welded into the granite. In fact, the rock probably formed around the device. Still, geological analysis has apparently determined that the stone is around 100,000 years old, which, if true, would mean the device inside can't possibly be of human creation. Number 19. Ancient aeroplanes. Incans and other pre-Columbian people left behind some extremely puzzling trinkets. Some of the strangest are probably the so-called ancient aeroplanes, which are small, golden figures that closely resemble modern jet planes. The statues were soon found to have features that look very much like fighter planes' wings, stabilizing tails, and even landing gear. They were aerodynamic enough that when ancient astronaut believers allegedly made model planes with their proportions and fitted them with propellers, and again, allegedly, jet engines, they flew perfectly. All of this has led to speculation that the Incas may have been in contact with likely extraterrestrial people who were able to build advanced jet planes, and who perhaps even possessed the technology themselves. Number 18. Phaistos Disc. The Phaistos Disc is a disc of fired clay from the Minoan Palace of Phaistos on the Greek island of Crete, possibly dating to the Middle or Late Minoan Bronze Age, or 2nd millennium BC. It's about 6 inches in diameter and covered on both sides with a spiral of stamped symbols. Its purpose and meaning, and even its original geographical place of manufacture, remain disputed, making it one of the most famous mysteries of archaeology, and many attempts have been made to decipher the code behind the disc's signs. While it's not clear that it's a script, most attempted decipherments assume that it is, most probably, an ancient alphabet of some sort. Number 17. Baltic Sea Anomaly. The Baltic Sea Anomaly is a 60-meter, or 200-foot, circular rock-like formation on the floor of the Baltic Sea. Discovered by Peter Lindberg, Dennis Asberg, and their Swedish Ocean X diving team in June 2011. The team reported that the formation rests on a pillar and includes a structure similar in appearance to a staircase leading to a dark hole. Commentators have suggested that the structure could be a World War II anti-submarine device, a battleship gun turret, sediment dropped by a fishing trawler, or a flying saucer. The object is at the end of what resembles a 300-meter runway, suggesting it could have been some type of alien spaceship that crashed. Number 16. Lake Winnipesaukee Mystery Stone. The Mystery Stone from Lake Winnipesaukee is an alleged out-of-place artifact, reportedly found in 1872 while workers were digging a hole for a fence post. It's a carved stone about 4 inches long and 2.5 inches thick, dark and egg-shaped, bearing a variety of symbols. The American Naturalist of November 1872 suggested the stone commemorates a treaty between two tribes. Analysis has concluded the stone is a type of quartzite, derived from sandstone, or melanite, and it's believed that it's more than 10,000 years old, suggesting it very well may be of alien origin. Number 15. Istanbul Rocket Ship. The artifact looks like the sculpted scale model of a cone-nosed rocket ship. At the rear, it has 4 rocket nozzles, and has a pilot sitting in it with his or her legs folded, wearing something that looks like a ribbed suit with a ribbed flexible hose going up to where the head of the pilot should have been. The artifact measures about 12 inches. Well, this is definitely a practical joke, you might say. Well, yes, you're most likely correct, except for one little thing. Allegedly, it was found at an excavation at Tuspa, an ancient city that existed 2,500 years ago. Number 14. Pakal's Sarcophagus. From southern Mexico, Pakal the Great ruled over the Mayan city of Palenque during the 17th century. He was buried inside a pyramid called the Temple of Inscriptions. The intricately carved lid of his sarcophagus has become a classic work of Mayan art, and also proof and evidence of ancient alien theorists. In their view, Pakal is pictured in a spaceship during takeoff, with his hand on a control panel, his foot on a pedal, and an oxygen tube in his mouth. Number 13. Loladolf Plate. This is a 12,000-year-old stone dish found in Nepal. It clearly shows a disc-shaped UFO. There is also a figure on the disc looking remarkably similar to a classic gray alien. Notice the spiral galaxy as well, with the alien inside it and the UFO at the beginning of it. It has been suggested that the galaxy spiral could be to tell us that they traveled here from another galaxy. Or the spiral shape could even signify energy or eternity. Number 12. The glorification of Eucharist. An Italian painter named Ventura Salimbeni is responsible for one of the most mysterious altar paintings in history. Disputa of the Eucharist, a 16th century painting also known as the glorification of the Eucharist. Eucharist is an alternate term for the Holy Communion, is a 3-part piece of work. The bottom 2 parts are relatively normal. They depict a number of religious authorities and an altar. However, the top part shows the Holy Trinity, Father, Son, and the dove depicting the Holy Ghost, looking upon them and holding what seems to be a space satellite. The object is large and spherical, with a metallic finish, telescope antennas, and strange lights. In fact, it heavily resembles an old Sputnik satellite. UFO enthusiasts and ancient astronaut theorists have often claimed the Disputa as proof of extraterrestrial life, or perhaps even time travel. Number 11. The Sri Lanka meteorite fossils. Researchers who analyzed the remains of a meteorite that fell in Sri Lanka found that their subject was something more than just pieces of space rock. It was an alien artifact in the most literal sense, an artifact made of actual aliens. 2 separate studies have found that the meteorite contains fossils and algae that are clearly of extraterrestrial origin. Professor Chandra Wickramasinghe, the leading researcher on the first study, says the fossils provide compelling evidence of panspermia, the hypothesis that life exists throughout the universe and is spread by meteorites and other solid space debris. What's more, the traces of life the meteorite contains are actually freshwater species commonly found on Earth, which seems to indicate the object has been contaminated during its time